Yes, good afternoon and welcome to part 3 of my 20 metre 40 metre transceiver project. The last part I showed the receive section running with a couple of DDS synthesizers to provide the carrier insertion oscillator or BFO, and another DDS synthesizer providing the VFO. I've now developed the VFO, which we can see here, which is basically a Colpitts circuit, and there's the inductor. And I've never been keen on using varicap diodes as tuning elements because of drift, but I thought with the frequency being relatively low, I needed 3 to 4 megahertz coverage. I thought I would give it a go, and it's actually turned out very well. So that's it there. There's a lot of cables in the way and what have you. It's a thing with prototyping, and lots of sticky tape. Where would we be without sticky tape and blue tack? Right, so I've got a Colpitts circuit, varicap tuned, and a simple emitter follower buffer. I only needed a simple emitter follower because the injection level for the 1496 mixers is it's quite low, and I'm tuning it with a 10-turn pot. You can see there's a 10-turn pot. One of the problems with this radio was the fact that it's up conversion and down conversion, because the IF is in the middle of the two bands, which meant to tune up the band on one of the bands you would actually be going in the wrong direction. But what I've developed is a switching circuit, which is here. What this does is it switches in various resistors so that I get a full 10-turn pot swing for each band. Additionally, what it does is it swaps the connections on the 10-turn pot. It reverses them on one of the bands, so that in actual fact you would be tuning clockwise to tune up both of the bands. I thought this might have been a little bit of a drawback, but it used to be common back when you look at the band imaging techniques from a few years ago. But now both bands you tune clockwise, and circuit took a little bit of development, and it uses 4 2N 7000 MOSFETs, and this rigs a switch, and they've got quite a low on resistance, so they're suitable for this circuit. And as I say, I was surprised at the stability. I didn't expect too much, and I thought I might have had to put some kind of stabilizing circuit in, a huff and puff or something like that, but it didn't turn out to be. The other part was the crystal controlled carrier insertion oscillator, and again there's the crystal. What I need to do is to be able to pull the crystal both high and low, about 1.5 kilohertz either side of the bandpass filter, to give us the right response from the signal coming in from the IF filter. At the moment I've got this just switched with switches. I haven't done the electronic switching for this yet. This caused us a bit of grief. It was easy enough with a capacitor to go in one direction for to pull the frequency, but to pull the frequency in the other direction I used a fixed inductor, and I just tuned it up by moving the turns around and then fixing them in place. I didn't use a capacitor in series with this to give us fine tuning, because it leads to instability problems putting a trimmer in there, and it works very well. It's quite stable. So that's basically it. So this is all wired up now in a fashion. I'll put the power on. I'm just running it off a battery. There we go, we're at the bottom of the band. Turn the gain right up. Bit of CW there.
Thank you, 40 meters. This is PD5, GPP, Netherlands, over. Uniform Delta, good afternoon. Dit is Papa Delta 5, Golf Victoria Papa, PD5, GFOP. Goedemiddag, goedendag.
And it actually covers the whole band. I was a little bit concerned with the spread of the VFO because I needed to cover a megahertz, but only using the top section and the bottom section of that. But I managed to do it with 4 varicaps. Seems to work very well. I'll just tune up the band all down at the top of the band.
Very good afternoon to you, Fred. I'll give you a signal report on your next over, and if you don't mind. CQ40 meters from Golf Mikey, uniform Papa India Portugal. Miami UPI Post. Well, right back. And that's the wheel That's the wheel up the stage. They're on like little chassis on four gas. Icon from the 80s. Antenna to rotary dipole on about 80 meters above the ground.
So this is 40 meters. I checked a bit earlier on. There's nothing on 20 meters, but I'll change the carrier of it. I've tuned around there. There's nothing on. I'll go back to 40. I'm going to use some one more go. Some CW. At the moment this radio has no AGC on it, but I'm thinking about possibly putting some rudimentary form of AGC. I don't really know at the moment. It's there's a few possibilities to put some kind of AGC on it, but really for QRP transceiver, contact to contact, if you need the gain up, turn the volume up. This ends part 3. I'll be doing part 4 immediately because I've made an addition to the radio, which is very useful. Thanks for watching. Cheers. This is M0GFN.